Hi, it's Morag from Our Permaculture Life and the Permaculture Education Institute, and welcome to Live at 5 in my garden. So, are you still looking for things that you can get going really easily in your garden or somewhere at home so that you've got access to your own fresh, healthy food? A couple of days ago, I talked about how you can use your chia seed to make chia microgreens. Well, today I wanted to talk about something that's even easier than that and even quicker than that, and that is making your own sprouts at home. So you can make these from things that you can just find in the store. So these particular ones are actually from lentils, and these lentils I just got at the store. These are the green French lentils, and they're actually a really high source of protein, of fibre, of antioxidants, of minerals and vitamins. The thing is though, that the nutrient availability in these lentils, which is really high, is even much better when you sprout it. So what happens is, between the process of being a dried legume, which is a pulse, the similar, all the things like chickpeas and mung beans and fava beans, broad beans, and all of those sorts of azuki beans, navy beans, once you sprout it, it actually changes it. So it changes the phytic acid. It actually neutralizes that in a way so that all the nutrients in it are far more available and digestible for you. So you get a lot more out of it. So you can eat the same amount but get far more nutrient density when it's sprouted. So you can use the sprouted legumes just the way that you would use the normal lentils. So I would say, for example, if I'm making up a dal, you can use the sprouted lentils instead of just the plain ones, and you're going to get a lot more nutrient value out of it. So you can make fantastic lentil burgers out of sprouted lentils. All you do is, into a food processor, add in some of your sprouted lentils. You can add in something like a couscous or a rice, maybe some miso and some kind of nut or seed, maybe sunflower seeds or walnuts or something like that, with some vegetables, and buzz it around just a little bit, not till it makes a paste, just make it sort of chunky, and then you can make patties and then you can cook them up, and they're so filling and so nutritious and absolutely magnificent. So use it raw or cooked, and in all different ways. Add it to soups, add it to stews, add it to curries. Use your imagination of how you would use these, but these are absolutely amazingly packed full. So how do you make these sprouts? So about 3 days ago, I tipped a quantity of these dried beans, the dried legumes, into this jar. So at the bottom, I had about this many of the lentils, and I just covered it over with water. So I often do that just at the end of the day, and I stuck this jar as it is on the bench with the water covered over the lentils. Then overnight, they just kind of absorb that moisture, and in the morning I got up and I just put a sieve there, and I tip it upside down, drain it out, and then I put in some fresh water, swish it around, and then put my sieve over the top again, drain it out, and then so every morning and every evening for about 2 to 3 days, until they're at the level that you think you're happy with them. That's it. And I just keep them on the bench in the kitchen. When I was growing up, my mum used to do it underneath the sink in a dark cupboard, and that's kind of like seems to be one of the more traditional ways of doing it, but I just leave them on the bench and they work absolutely fine. So when you're happy with the length of your sprouts, if you're happy with them just being short like that, that's fine, or you can let them go a bit longer. They're starting to get their second little leaves now, and might actually add extra nutrients into it, sort of turning into microgreens almost. So it's up to you how long you want to leave it, but within 2 or 3 days, you've got magnificent sprouts that have transformed the quality of this food into something even much better, and amplified the volume of what you have, and then you can keep it in the fridge for about a week, or you can just make up a whole lot of your veggie burgers or whatever meal it is, and then you can store that so you have a whole lot up in advance. So that's kind of like a really simple way to get a whole lot of really great food happening just from something that you can get in a supermarket or in a co-op store or wherever you get your bulk foods. I like to go into a store where I can just get them bulk, and I just get them into a bag that I brought, or a paper bag, and then store them in jars at home. So it's kind of like this packaging free type of shopping, which is really great. So these type of strategies is something that I've put in a masterclass that I put together recently, which is called A Permaculture Response to COVID-19. So I'm going to put a link below for that, because it goes through a whole lot of different things that you can do to help you get your garden going really quickly. And together with that, I've also put together a COVID-19 Resilience Care Pack, which is basically a permaculture gardening toolkit to help you really get things going really fast. And also I've got a new 4-part permaculture series, which explains what is permaculture all about and how you can weave it into your life and livelihood. So I'm sure many of you have tried sprouts before, or maybe you've done it in the past, and perhaps it's time to give it another go, because you can get a whole lot of really nutritious food super quickly. And even if you don't have a garden space, then it's something you can do inside on your bench, and even without any outdoor space to work in. So I'll catch you tomorrow again at 5 back in my garden for another tip about how to grow food in this COVID-19 time. Okay, see you later.